Heads up. Breaking news. Let's see if we could catch this here. What up, y'all? We're actually hanging out at someone else's stream right now, but we got this speed chase popping off. I'm not sure how long it's been going down, but I just got notified. And you know, we've been covering these things here. I'm not sure what city it is, LA County. So heads up, and let me get the monitor going. A little past 3:51 p.m. here on the West Coast. What's up, Laser? Amber, Jonocide, Judy, what is up? We're all hanging out over at, what is it? With Coley. Here we go. 1 second. I'll pull up her channel. SNX Radio. Yeah, they're live right now on YouTube. They have several guests on. We're chilling in the chat over there when I got this notification of a live police chase. So a heads up, viewer discretion be advised. We're going to check this out. And we're going to actually got her on the cell phone here. So don't worry. We haven't left your stream, Coley. We're just going to check out what's going on here. You know, some of these chases get really close to home or to the workplace here. So we like to keep an eye on them. So a heads up, if you're in the Los Angeles area, let's activate our camera here. 6:51 here. It's dark already. Wow. Yeah, East Coast. And there he goes right into traffic. And onto opposite traffic. Heads up. This is getting hairy. What's up, Gustavo? Yeah, luckily we got some backup at the shop here. Bro is on duty here with myself. And that's always good to have that backup. Oh, I see Small Town Monsters is premiering right now. The Bluegrass Bigfoot search investigation, Bigfoot audio, and more, looks like there. We'll be checking that out later. How's everyone's day going? Hopefully it's good out there for you. Woo. Dropped an eyeball. What's up, Scully Pop? Scully. Pop. Scully's the master of that. ASMR master in the house. That's where I go to get my ASMR fix. Scully Pop. Scully, share your link in the chat, bro. Feel free. Drop a link. People like live reads and some ASMR included. Check out Scully Pop. I seen Izzy Pop went live. Was it yesterday or today? She almost did a couple hours. Dropped her a message over there. What's up, Sharon? How you doing? All right, we're gonna get some audio going here just to get a little information on what's happening here. Heads up.
Hay por lo menos un pasajero
Oh, it's in
con
Spanish right now.
sospechoso que les digo es buscado en
We'll wait up.
conexiones
Maybe
con
they'll
tiroteo.
switch
Al
to
momento
English.
desconocen los
Yeah, they
detalles de
broadcast
esta
in Spanish
balacera, pero
and
la
English
persecución
now.
continúa aquí en Gardena.
Jared, what's up, brother loco?
Al momento la información que tenemos es que el sospechoso está dentro de este vehículo con alguien con quien ellos conocen. Al momento no pensamos que es una víctima en esta situación. Entonces, al momento pensamos que son dos personas que por su propia voluntad están corriendo aquí de la policía de la ciudad de Los Ángeles. Pero lo que no sabemos es...
She does a great job. I could translate for you. Suspects on the run. I'm okay. I've got the flu again. Oh, that's a bummer. I've been hearing a lot of people getting sick. Got to make sure you get that fire cider up in you. You ever make fire cider? We would make our own homemade fire cider with all sorts of different ingredients, all organic and, really good high quality stuff. You take those shots in the morning and you feel like Blazer. Rico Suave. Damn it, I keep hitting the mic here. I'm sorry about that, Mike. What is it? Wednesday? Is it Wednesday? What day is it, folks? Yeah, it was Taco Tuesday yesterday, Wednesday today. Check this out. This guy's all over the place. It sounds like they said a couple of suspects. It's more than one person in the car. And sometimes these vehicles will, they call them the clown car, right? When they have like 10 people in there, it's like, how do you have that many people in there? But yeah, as you can see, they're shooting suspect, pew pew. And not good. Actually, there was an incident earlier, very close by. Someone was getting chased. Yeah, by some dudes with some pew pews as well. It's been popping off today. What's going on? What's in the air today? It's a very, very nice day today. It's gorgeous out there after the rain. And we're supposed to get more rain. So heads up, SoCal. Yeah, there was heavy winds last night as well. So seen umbrellas, huge umbrellas from like restaurants in the middle of the street. A lot of the palm, what do you call them? Palm leaves were flying out, debris all over the place. Anyway, let's see if they switched it up to English. Try to get an update here on what's going on with the shooting suspect.
An officer there at that last intersection. I don't know if that was Gardena or not, but definitely blocking the intersection. Here's Vermont, busy street there all the way across without a problem. So that's good. But yeah, the agencies where obviously this is not in the LAPD jurisdiction right now, but those area police departments will know that they're coming. There's a pursuit coming their way and will assist in traffic.
All right, again, this is a pursuit of a shooting suspect by the LAPD's Southeast Division. We've seen at least 8 black and white units, and here he is crossing over into another intersection again to make a left-hand turn, and you see all those black and whites behind him. Now back in Los Angeles jurisdiction by after we've seen him drive through Hawthorne, Gardena, and Alondra Park. Spent a lot of time in Gardena, and again, this is pretty much how it's gone, almost hitting a car there and continuing on a road that's pretty much wide open.
Heads up, Gardena.
Yeah, boy. Some close calls in this pursuit, no doubt. Driver here, northbound. This is on Hoover, 124th.
Give my bro an update there.
Slowed down a little bit, and that's good because it's mostly residential here. But coming up, we got speed bumps as well. Here's an intersection through that safely. So at this point, we have the 105 freeway getting awfully close here, about, maybe a half mile or less. And here we come out to the main street. This is going to be a left turn westbound.
What up, Rickshot?
And there's the line of
Cutie
LAPD behind it.
All right, we are reaching the top of the hour. We're going to turn this over to Rick Chambers with the KTLA 5 News at 4, along with Samantha Cortese.
All right, Glenn and Lou, thank you for that. As you're watching here, we've got a pursuit going on, slow speed pursuit at this point. Has been through the Gardena area for quite some time, was in Hawthorne prior to that. The person that we know is in that car that's driving the wrong way on that street is a shooting suspect. As far as we can tell, there are about 8 LAPD units behind it. It's been driving the normal speed on these city streets. So far, we haven't seen the car get up on the highway at this point, but doing a lot of city street traffic. But he's been driving on the wrong side of the road. He's been driving into parking lots. He's gone into alleys. He's doing what he can to try to avoid the LAPD at this point. We believe that he may be familiar with this area because he keeps circling on a number of the same streets now and then.
Yeah, we see them do that a lot.
With the speedometer there up on the right, he is driving about the normal speed there, but he's putting a lot of people in jeopardy. Gil, just about now is when we're seeing traffic picking up in a lot of these neighborhoods.
That's right, Rick and Sam. You're seeing this westbound 128th, I believe the street is here, and he's doing what you're seeing here, using the double yellows.
Not sure, Scully Pop,
going
maybe
against traffic at times, going on the wrong side of the road. But speeds are picking up a little bit here. Not sure why he decided to do that. But again, like you said, a shooting suspect wanted by LAPD. I believe it's the Southeast Division of LAPD.
We heard about Shiloh out there causing ruckus. Yep. And I hear he's from a particular group from LA out here, if you know what I mean. Shout out.
So those are the dangers involved in running red.
Out in New Orleans, getting in trouble again.
So far to run multiple lights like that, making right turns and even left turns and not getting hit or hitting anybody else at this point. But definitely a dangerous pursuit. The driver willing to do anything and everything to get away, including jumping curbs and making turns into parking lots where there's a lot of shoppers.
And Gil, if you can just reiterate, I know we talked about it
What's
with
up,
Glenn
Richard?
And Lou, but there's a good reason why the LAPD is not trying to pit this car.
Yeah, so because this is a shooting suspect, they're concerned about the driver, the person there that's wanted being armed, and they don't want to do a pit maneuver where they spin the car out and end up side
cops
to
are
side
pulling
with
someone
the
over outside right
vehicle.
now. Not sure if you
puts
heard
the
that.
officers in great danger, so they're not doing
Crash
the pit
units.
maneuver or the spike strip so far in this pursuit. They don't want to put the officers.
Bro's going outside to check it out, but the police, LAPD, just pulled someone over outside right here. And it's the crash units. Who remembers, if you lived in Southern California, LA County, Ridgeshot, you know, crash units? Remember the crash units? That's the anti-gang units. So usually they have the black and white cars, but no lights on top. And so someone's getting pulled over. We'll get some details right now. It's been a crazy day, y'all. It's not over yet.
This person has been looping around the same general area of Gardena throughout the chase.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're fortunate that he's not at high speeds.
Yeah, so I ran into a guy earlier. Well, he ran into me. And this guy was kind of on the run. He was getting chased by someone with a pew-pew. Yep. And so he came and shared that bit of information with me. I was like, oh, man, I didn't even know the dude. Uh-oh, service interruption, heads up. I heard several platforms being interrupted yesterday, YouTube being one of them. And are we back? Let's see.
I couldn't see any evidence of someone in that passenger seat right there, but we're definitely seeing up on the sidewalk again.
Oh, wow.
Like this is at least the second or third time, and getting a little bit of distance there between LAPD. And I wonder if that's the tactic, taking these little chances here, cutting the corners where they can to try to get some distance. And we saw some close calls there where they went through an intersection, but LAPD had to slow down to avoid getting, in a crash with an innocent driver.
DoorDash is here. Izzy, I dropped you a message earlier, seeing you streamed. Welcome on in. Who else we got?
Yeah, it might have been a half a peace sign there that he was flashing, but
the middle half of the peace sign.
And we know that they had thrown something out the window, according to what we were hearing on the radios.
They sticking middle fingers out the window. Anyone see that?
Suspect was believed to have thrown that out. So again, just hanging out in the same area. Here we go. This is probably the clearest look we can see, and that passenger seat looks empty. So we're gonna go with that it is just a suspect in the car, unless there's anyone hiding in the back seat or God.
Bro could be live streaming too. You never know.
35th here again, and LAPD, they have been very intent on not letting the suspect get any
What's
distance
up, brother?
here. But lots of risks being taken by the suspect, and
Hey,
none of them paying off so far as getting away.
Yeah, could you share the name of your
And this
band?
did start at Imperial in Vermont,
Chemical
where officers
therapy.
did in fact spot this suspect. And he has really stayed in pretty much the same vicinity. And
All right, the other day I mentioned a musician that comes by the shop, really cool friend of ours. Bless up, brother. East Los Love by Chemical Therapy. Yeah, the homie right here he's part of a band, and he's super cool cat, good friend of ours, and he always comes and blesses us, and we bless him, and just really good vibes. So he's from Chemical Therapy, so check them out. I'm sure maybe you could pull their stuff on your music streaming sites, maybe even on YouTube. Heads up here. Let's see where we're going. Drive through backwards. Chemical Therapy, y'all. Check that out. East Coast
there.
Love.
And again, as Desmond mentioned, maybe this is what his
East LA. Sorry, East Coast Love. What am I saying? East LA Love, I think he said. My bad. I'm getting excited here. This guy's starting to drive extra erratic.
We'll talk about it at the same time. Alondra asked us something similar. We can show that to you on the screen here in just a second as we come through this intersection. But she texted the desk and says, "Why haven't you guys used spike strips to stop the pursuit?" So obviously a question for law enforcement. But and it's probably the same answer as what we were talking about, Amy, earlier with the pit maneuvers. Because this person is thought to be armed, because the want here is that of a shooting suspect, in order to conduct a pit maneuver or lay out spike strips, if you lay out spike strips, you have to get in front of the car. And that certainly puts officers at risk.
And again, we're chilling over on SNX Radio, y'all. Maybe someone could, or maybe I could. Let's see. Could I put the link? There you go. Thank you, Blazer. Sharing the link there, bro. Coming in hot. I'm sure Homeboy will appreciate that. And I'll let him know. Yeah, Blazer always coming through. And can we share SNX Radio's link in the chat also? Because they are live. We're hanging over on their stream. We're just kind of doing the side breaking news. Yeah, we're practicing with these live speed chases. Sometimes we miss them. Sometimes we catch them. And today we were in the position to catch this one. So we're doing it. Heads up. Watch out. Coming through. Beep, beep, beep. And that's why you got to be careful out here, folks. When you're in LA, you never know when one of these things may be coming by or happening. And so eyes peeled all the time. Actually, my brother shared some footage recently, and it looked like that either is a crash or the ending of a chase. I'm not sure. We'll see if we could pull that footage up if I could remember. And check out yesterday's live stream last night, y'all. We went live late last night, about 11 o'clock or so. 11:11, right, Blazer? And yeah, we reported on the latest post by the BFRO, Bigfoot Field Research Organization. Researchers Organization, is it? Yeah, the BFRO has a new report out of South Dakota, Custer County. And so we took a little dive into that area, pulled up a few other reports. There was actually another site that I did not pull up during that stream, which was a bit of deserves one of those. Who knows? Maybe we'll pull it up on the next stream. I wasn't planning on going live today, but hey, I had the studio set up. Actually, I was testing my mixer out. I've been having issues setting up the sound studio, the DJ system, and it's only happening here at the shop. It happened once at the crib, at the pad. So I don't know. I don't know if it's my USB wire that connects the mixer to the computer, but then it works at home. It's weird. So I don't know. I've been having some weird technical audio issues here with the DJ system. And look, they're pulling up some sort of map there. Is that all the helicopters Is that flight radar or something? Let's see. Let's have a listen.
And in this one area the entire time, the orange line is the path that SkyCal has been flying. I'll click on one of the police helicopters and you get a little bit more kind of direct path. But we've really not ventured very far anywhere outside of between the, south of the 105 and east of the 110, west of the 405. We've been kind of exclusively in that same area. I mean, again, it started up here just near the 110 and the 105 to the northwest corner of that. And then we've come down here, and this is where we've been almost the entire time. So I just wanted to show you that so you can kind of get a visual idea of the area that we've just been kind of circling back and forth.
And Mike, does LAPD still have 2 choppers above this?
Yeah, they do, and they actually swapped out. So there were, they swapped out, they had 2 choppers that were over it, and they changed and have 2 separate choppers that are over it. Now, I also see a CHP helicopter coming out of Fullerton. So I don't know if they're, I don't imagine CHP would take this over because we're not on a freeway at all, but maybe CHP is just going to come lend, some additional support just in case LAPD has to pull off, or, maybe one LAPD helicopter could go back to patrolling the city and CHP could be their second set of eyes. It's kind of hard to tell because right now, where we're at here, and I'm just looking at the rest of the region, there are no other LAPD helicopters in any other part of the city. The only 2 that they've got up right now are here with us. This 225 LA and 224 LA are both over this chase at the moment.
And we see this car going back through some of the same, very similar looking streets, if they're not the exact same. We've seen.
He's in his hood.
Very green grass.
Very green grass going through. You see somebody out on the sidewalk there this time around, but.
Oh yeah, green grass. Anybody? It's almost 4:20. 8 minutes till 4:20.
Trying to
get it ready.
Jump out of the car or perhaps get someone to meet them. But right now, the LAPD is staying so close to this car. I don't think that it's possible at this point for him.
Rid says he says, bro, going back and forward from Inglewood and Gardena. Roger that. So, yep. See, we're in Inglewood right now.
Running red lights.
We used to hang out there more when we were younger. Bro and I got some Inglewood memories.
Oh!
Whoa!
That car just up as soon as I say this, but yeah, it is. That's why this is still very,
Watch
very dangerous.
out.
Very dangerous.
That was scary.
Yeah. And that's the thing, people, especially at night, you can see the flashing lights. In the daytime, a lot of times people have the radio up. They don't hear the sirens. Right. They don't see the lights coming.
There's a unit on the sideline there.
So they're really caught off guard when this car comes barreling through. No idea that a pursuit's underway, but here it is, right there on them.
Yeah, they're right there on him here, Amy. And, I did want to mention here as well, this is the first we've heard from the tactical flight officer who's up there right now, who, by the way, just in my opinion, I recognize this guy's voice. He's like the most elite of the LAPD's tactical flight officers. And, he's recognizing the pattern as well. And he's calling for spike strips. He's trying to get, some units down there to coordinate at different areas to get down there and see if they can finally, bring this spectacle to an end. And I say that because it is turning into a spectacle. But back there, we were by what looked like a warehouse or something, and there was a group of like a dozen guys that were out there taking pictures and seeing that, because, again, we've got a bunch of helicopters up here. We have a lot of lights and sirens that everyone can hear, and the suspect just continues to go through these neighborhoods. And the longer that it goes on, the more dangerous it gets with people that want to come out and get a little bit too close to some of these pursuits, in addition to all of the vehicles that are beginning to crowd the roadway more and more by the minute here. So we'll see if they're able to do that, if they're able to deploy a spike strip, and hopefully that could, at the very least, slow this suspect down. And look at now, we're up to almost 50 miles an hour here on some of these smaller streets. So the suspect getting desperate, and you do kind of wonder too if they did deploy a spike strip, how would the suspect react to that? Sometimes that makes them kind of freak out even.
Good thing is, like, most of the school kids are out by now. I mean, they still linger around after school and stuff like that, but you don't see, many kids out walking on the street, which is a great thing. And yeah, these residential streets aren't, you can see they're pretty tight. Trash cans out, people parked on the side. Watch out, folks.
So, I mean, those officers will have to get ahead of them, as Desmond mentioned, to, try to get that situated. But yeah, I mean, we've been to these same neighborhoods over and over and over again. So LAPD is going to look for an area that will put them at least risk to try to do that, behind a car, behind a wall, something like that, where, they'll have some cover to be able to toss those spike strips out here. Ideally, if they could get it, it would be good on a neighborhood road like this, where there's less traffic. And at this point, there's not a lot of people out and about right now. So, there we go. That's the unit. I wonder if that unit was trying to get him in place. I don't think they were able to, though, right, Des?
Yeah, maybe.
Uh-oh.
No, they weren't able to. He wasn't on that side of the road, but that looks like that's.
Aloha Urso, welcome, brother. Yeah, a little Wednesday action here in SoCal. So just a heads up, a live speed chase. We're in the Inglewood area of Los Angeles. And look, he's hitting traffic now. Heads up.
Take advantage of that, try to kind of blindside the suspect with some spike strips. So they will see if they're able to deploy that as this continues to drag on and out onto El Segundo and Western, another super busy intersection, wrong side driving to avoid the stop traffic here on eastbound El Segundo.
Yeah, right now going pretty fast there on those middle turn lanes. And he got really lucky just a second ago before he made that right-hand turn. There was no traffic in that lane, and he was able to just breeze right through there in heavy traffic at a stoplight, make this right-hand turn, and continue right now at West El Segundo and South Denver Avenue.
Welcome in.
Again, still staying in the Inglewood area. This is a possible shooting suspect. The LAPD has had their eyes on for quite a bit. In fact, we came on the air a little bit early here to bring this breaking news to you, happening right now.
And they always have a full tank. Always.
They're just joining us at a little after 4. This has been going on for just a little more than an hour. Again, the pursuit of a shooting suspect that started at about 3:11. And this was at Imperial and Vermont. Officers found the suspect. We're not exactly sure how they decided that this was, in fact, that suspect. But we've been watching this pursuit for a little more than an hour. We've seen a lot of reckless and very aggressive driving, but not a lot of high speeds. But certainly these officers have not been in a position to do a spike.
Yeah, I don't think these guys are just going to give up so easily. So heads up.
Walk at times and really just staying in the same vicinity. Looks like we're getting right back to some of those houses with the nice green grass that we were talking about, Juan, and right back in that same area.
So it's an area most likely he's familiar with, and maybe this is going to help officers set up spike strips because
definitely rid shot.
Des was telling us the helicopter pilots with LAPD have noticed that similar pattern where he's staying in this area here. But what's the end game here? Why is he doing this? On the right side of your screen, you're seeing some of that reckless driving that Amy was talking about just a few moments ago. But what is the end game here? Why not pull over? Because eventually he will get caught. But again, just doing such crazy maneuvers, cutting corners here, cutting through parking lots. He went through a drive-through the wrong way, everything to try to create some sort of distance from the LAPD. But you can see there, that one unit behind him, Mike, has not basically left the rear bumper of that car, always right.
This is CBS News Los Angeles.
On a shop 890, I believe, is the back of that. Or was that 990? Okay, yeah. So that's been the same shop, that the same LAPD patrol car that has been with him the entire time, right on his tail. And that's because we haven't changed areas, right? This is not an LAPD's jurisdiction. I know our screen says Inglewood, but I want to be clear, we're not in Inglewood. We're south of, well, we're getting kind of close to the 105 here, but we're still not in Inglewood. We're more Athens, just east of Hawthorne Airport here. But yeah, that same LAPD unit has been the one chasing him for the entirety of
Athens.
We're kind of, watching that, and this guy's just continuing right in this same neighborhood. Now, okay, I want to address, we've got a lot of questions about why aren't they using certain tactics? Why aren't they using this still text to desk? I want to show you this one. And there's a Twitch streamer that is watching us and streaming our feed right now. His name is XQC on Twitch. And one of the questions that he is telling viewers to text me and ask, which I've gotten a lot of this, why don't the police shoot the tires? Again, that's only in movies. Only in movies. It's a very common thing that people ask during.
You hear that, Richard?
It's just not something you're going to see. I will tell you, in very, very rare circumstances, and only in the Inland Empire, and only once since I've been here, we did one time see the San Bernardino Sheriff's Department shoot out of a helicopter at the suspect. That was pretty wild. I've not seen them do that again. I've seen them give clearance to do it again, but they haven't done it since. But that's just not something you're going to see. It's way too dangerous. The car is moving. The officers are moving. You very easily could miss. It could ricochet. It could hit somebody on the side. It's just very impractical to be able to do that, especially why this is moving. Another question somebody asked is, why don't they block the streets? Why don't you put a bunch of cop cars in front of the guy? Again, that's an officer safety risk. It's a public safety risk. If that guy decides he wants to blow through the cop cars and slam into them, that's something else they're not going to do. So the LAPD, all law enforcement agencies have certain tactics they are allowed to employ and do during these chases, most commonly spike strips and pit maneuvers. And as you heard from Des, they'd like to try to set up spikes. We saw potential.
I'm not sure if Stu, I know that's the dude in the studio. I'm familiar with him, big guy. I forget his name, but and yeah, you heard someone streaming their feed over on Twitch, asking questions. So super cool.
Yeah, right here at 4:20 on a Wednesday afternoon.
4:20.
Surprisingly open here on El Segundo Boulevard. You know, we had been seeing more traffic, but getting off of that roadway again, going to a parking lot, alleyway. This is something we've been seeing multiple times through this pursuit today.
And not light up the suspect, you know, because that could mean different things here on the street. Let them know, Red Shot, not like that. Light up them trees if you got them. Cheers.
This side of the or this deep in the on the LA basin, everything is just.
Juliana McGill to the office, please. Bring the little piggies with you.
Right, left, right, no matter where the suspect goes or any alley they take, they're able to get through a thoroughfare, and there hasn't been a wrong turn for the suspect to take where they're going to, you know, trap themselves in any kind of a situation here. But wrong side again here, 135th, where they right back here to where that article was thrown out, which could have very well been the weapon, but we never heard any confirmation of that from LAPD. But really loves this area, and you know, maybe on one of these smaller surface streets, it would be.
Juliana, I seen you were hanging out last night with us too. Much love to you. Appreciate you. I seen you in the chat after we had ended the stream. Hopefully you were hanging out for a little bit there. Seen you towards the end. And again, never any pressure, everybody. No pressure to hang out. We're going to be hanging out. I'm still hanging out on SNX Radio as they got their live stream going. Callie with SNX Radio. Yeah, pull up, hang out. The shop is open, folks. Sky's the Limit Smoke Shop, 3925 East Olympic Boulevard, East Los Angeles. Tap in with us. Sky'sTheLimit.LA on Instagram. Get at us.
Yep. Yeah. Some hand motioning going on, and you know, earlier we saw him motioning out the window to officers as well. Windows have been up and down. This is, I think, only the second time that the windows have been down, but just, you know, aimlessly continuing through this area. It just kind of seems like, well, let's see where if this.
Thank you, Brother Blazer.
Here, tons of apartments. It looks like this.
Apartments or projects? What's going on here? Is these the PJs? What's up?
Yeah. So here's one of the few places where they could go into a dead end. So, you know, wondering if this is where
driver's door's open.
The suspect lives. So yeah, we've got
driver's door is open
right there, and
driver's
all of a
door is
sudden
open.
now we are. Yeah. So yeah, there was another vehicle there in the alleyway as well. But yeah, so
viewer discretion be advised.
A wrong turn, and kind of what I suspected. I think they were just kind of dragging this out as long as they possibly could, realizing the inevitability of everything, and just. I don't know, trying to enjoy one more Southern California day here before going away for an unknown amount of time. But after all that, all those close calls, all those chances taken, making a turn here.
Probably won't be away too long.
Out, and looks like they will be surrendering to officers.
Yeah, looks like it's hands out, and he's listening to officers right now, getting out of the car. Something dropped out of his lap. There might have been his cell phone. Right, Mike?
Yeah, cell phone I think is what Des was seeing too.
Yeah. But this is certainly one of those times when they're worried about this person having a weapon.
That's right.
And certainly want to keep a very close eye on his hands right now.
His hands, and remember, they haven't had eyes in the back seat. We've got no reason to believe that there's anybody back there. But the LAPD helicopter was clear that they could only see the passenger seat in the front. So they're also going to want to make sure that there is nobody in the back of the car as well. I mean, the best scenario is that he's out of the car, though. So LAPD has control of the situation. They're obviously giving him commands, step away from the car. Last thing they want him to do is be able to jump back in it. They'll ask him to walk back, get on his knees, and then you'll see what's called an arrest team. So you'll see a group of officers come in. They'll take him into custody. You'll have a separate group of officers that will remain with their guns trained on the car until they can clear that.
Well, his underwear are red. That might be a clue.
So his legs are spread now. They're going to be moving in and bringing him into custody. And Mike, you think one person, you may need one or two officers, but a whole team is going to go in there to make sure.
Shade Viking, what up? Welcome on in.
On the right, shop 990 right there. The officers to the left will be the ones that will go in and put him in handcuffs. And then on the right, you see them, they're moving up right now. They're going to clear the car. You've got a couple with lethal, and you've got a green strap there. That's the less lethal 40 millimeter foam launcher. So they'll have that as well, just in case. And you'll have additional units that will come in and make sure they'll pop the trunk. You got one cop, if you look to the right, he's also keeping cover to the right side in case anybody pops out of that apartment complex there. Because again, there's probably reason to believe that this guy is either lives in this area or
it's his hood.
Time that he spent in this area.
They're probably asking him questions too, right, Mike?
All right, we're gonna raid SNX Radio after this.
SNX Radio raid.
Y'all know how to do that? So Blazer put the link in the chat. This is about a wrap here. Yeah, we're gonna end this stream here shortly, and then we're gonna go on over to SNX Radio. And you could just put BD raid if you want, or raid. But let's head on over to SNX Radio after this. I want to thank everybody for joining. Glad you got a notification. Make sure you're still subscribed to the channel. Hit that ding dong. Yeah, tickle the and be sure to share out our content to wherever you'd like, wherever you think it would be received kindly. Yeah, that's a wrap. I only see one suspect. I thought they said there were several suspects in there. There it is. There's the LA River. Ooh, he could have got close. He could have gone over there and pulled off the Terminator 2 scene, jumped on a dirt bike and have the T-1000 after you. You know what the T-1000 is made of? Scary. Anyway, y'all, let's go raid SNX Radio. Thank you again for tapping in with your boy here. And we'll keep an eye out. Maybe we'll have another hat trick tonight. Still early. Still early here. Let's get up out of here. Come on. Boom. Here we are. Yeah. Peace, y'all. Thank you for joining. We're going to see you over on SNX Radio and the YouTube streets later tonight. We are out. NorCal, Southern Oregon Bigfoot Project.